Some of my competitors above me have zero backlinks or trash backlinks, and they're on page one for my target keywords. They don't even have a blog. All they have is time, and they're losers. Um, 3+ years online. I have much more content, 50 plus backlinks listed in my link report from niche relevant sites. Dun, dun, dun. And stuck on page 5, I'm destroying the competition in every way I know how. I even got it listed on some articles as they did, like top 10 photographers. Let me get some of this out of the way. I even got listed top 10 photographers on Peerspace and Wedding Rule. Must be because my website is only 3 months old. Sandbox. Okay, so it's a 3-month-old website. Thinks he might be in the sandbox. Says he's dominating the competition. I'll just say one thing before we dive in, and that is that usually when someone's just like, I'm just dominating them in every way, and then we go look at stuff, it's usually not the case.
Yeah, I hate to agree with that, but
Not that it might not be the case
harsh
here. We'll
data
see.
facts right there.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just it's a common thing that we notice. Usually, when someone comes in with very strong statements like that, it ends up not being quite the reality of the situation. Yeah, let's look at what we can see here on Ahrefs. Looks like he's popped up for some keywords. Not much, it's only got less than 20 keywords. Zero traffic. Has never had any traffic. Foreign domains, we've got 26 here. He says he built 50. Of course, Ahrefs isn't going to show everything, especially for a nude site. It might be taking a while to populate everything. Or some of them just might not be super good or whatever. We don't know. DR25, which is, for a 3-month-old site, DR25 is nice.
Yeah, not bad.
So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. Do you want to look at the site or Ahrefs first? Maybe
Yeah, I pretty much already went over the
it's like
site.
26 pages are indexed.
Yeah, and it's a small little site.
Mhm.
Not too much content. Let's see what we got on the blog. Actually, I hadn't gotten there. I'd say based on the titles that I'm looking at for the blog content, it's not really based on keyword research. So you could probably tighten some things up there, especially I'm looking at these permalinks. They're really long tail. Let's see. Yeah, very long tail, a whole lot of them. So it could be worthwhile to tighten things up there a bit.
I guess he just wants to rank his homepage, his main
No
stuff.
interlink. Oh, what is this? Yeah, some interlinking
Well, I
actually.
mean, he's getting
Good.
a lot of topical relevance here. But yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
how well this stuff is gonna. Well, some of it looks like it could rank, or it might
he's
be a
got
keyword.
he's got an author bio going. Good. Privacy policy down at the bottom. No address, would probably recommend doing that. Yeah, address and phone number, NAP down at the bottom in the footer, maybe a good idea. But overall, I mean, it looks like how these websites, as far as I'm familiar with them, look in this niche, right? Like,
I just want
we're
to.
in the photography
I was gonna
niche,
say one thing about
artist
the
niche.
blog post. It looks pretty thin.
Yeah, a
These
lot of them do look
sections are
pretty
like each
thin.
section's like one sentence. It looks very. It's all. It looks like. I mean, I guess these could be his images that he's using. I would assume that's
I would think
images.
so, yeah.
Um, it's got some interlinking going on a little bit, kinda, maybe.
Yeah, I guess actually
Actually,
I'm on an
no.
article right now where there's
Yeah, I'm
none.
not seeing any interlinking
Um,
here. So,
the other one I'd seen one or
as
two.
far as domination goes, you're gonna want to do that. It's one of the most important parts of on-page SEO.
Yeah, a little interlinking can
Maybe
go a
even,
long way.
well, I was gonna say maybe the most important part, but I think that's wrong. Just basic on-page optimization would be number one.
Yeah,
Um,
he's got an about page with social profiles and stuff like that. That's good.
I'd say one
So yeah,
interlink. Oh
maybe
no,
beef
it's
out the
another.
content,
Yeah, zero
do a little bit of
interlinking.
interlinking.
Zero. Not even related posts or
Um,
anything. So that's a major thing. Definitely do that.
But outside of that, yeah, I mean, I don't know what the competition looks like, but I mean, you're in a pretty big metro, so I'm guessing some, people have to be really tight with their on page would be my guess, because I know people that operate in this metro, and while I'm not familiar with this exact niche, I'm willing to bet that there's people out there that are, it's worthwhile to target it, especially given these price points that you're charging here.
I would say beef up your
Um,
content as well. This stuff look, I mean, the articles overall are kind of like long. I don't know, but it's just like
but I
walls
mean,
of text mainly.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, same time though, you got registered 02/19/23, so
yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, like
I
Nick
mean, it's a
said,
newer site.
contact information down your footer and stuff. You're a local business, get that stuff in there. NAP.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not even seeing like socials or anything down there.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah, he's got them in the about
about
page, but
contact.
could go ahead and
Yeah, get them down in your footer
add
and
them
stuff.
elsewhere. Yeah.
I don't see. Okay, there's a phone number is the only contact.
Hmm.
We got the email.
And email.
I'll just beef that stuff up a bit. Make yourself look more like
Yeah.
a real business, real local business. You can go look at some local websites to get better ideas for that stuff.
And
All
especially
right, you
when
ready to
Chris is
go?
saying that, it's like, you know, from the perspective of like Google crawlers look like a real business, right? Like you want it, maybe check out our interview we did with Kyle Roof, get some EAT tips, beef out your interlinking and content as well. But I think overall, you're on the right track. It's not a very old site, so you got some momentum
Mm-hmm.
going. Just beef stuff up a little bit more and tighten it up a little bit more from on page.
All right, so off page. So I'll just start with anchor
Yeah,
text.
anchors look pretty good, I
See if
think.
this. Yeah, looks natural.
Hmm.
Go to backlinks.
There's a mosquito flying in here that is just driving me crazy. I don't know if you guys can hear it on the mic. I apologize if you can. Mm. Backlinks are pretty good too, really. I mean, like they look like decent quality stuff. A lot of really relevant
So it's got
stuff.
so it's got 8 links that are on a domain that has more than 100 traffic.
Mm. Mm.
Which still 8 links,
Yeah.
which isn't bad for this point in the link building
No,
process.
out of
Um,
27. Yeah. But at least everything else he's got is pretty. A lot of it looks pretty relevant. And then he's got his directories and stuff like that, right? But
yeah.
not too
So
bad a
I'm just gonna
start.
say, it looks like to me like you're off to a good
Yeah.
start. I would just keep doing it. Do all the stuff we said to your website. Just keep going. The thing is your website is still quite small, and you're only 3 months in. So you're hitting the ground running, but you're not doing it at like, for example, like a Nick's affiliate case study where you really hit the ground running with like a 301. Hundreds of links are coming in, lots of like tons of content. Um, you know, so it's a little bit different. So if you're going slow and you're building a link every now and then, you're writing like one article every now and then, things are going to go quite a bit slower. Um, we also didn't really look to see, your articles. Like we didn't do the keyword research or whatever. I don't know like what kind of search volume those things
Oh, yeah.
are targeting, or if they're really targeting anything. But yeah, could just kind of be this kind of sandbox period you're talking about, and just just could take some time for Google to start letting you rank for stuff. But add more content, keep building backlinks. Work on getting some local backlinks as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're off to a good start. I wouldn't really worry about doing too much wrong. Just keep going, rather than anything you need to correct.
Would stick to homepage natural anchors for the time being. And then if you haven't done any like
Yep.
citations or anything like that,
Uh,
go ahead and get some of those too. And I'm looking like
yeah,
I
make sure.
good.
Go ahead.
I pulled up your competitors just to kind of get a little feel for what's going on. As far as common keywords go and what they look like in comparison to you. Let me see here.
Anything interesting?
Let's see about this one.
Oh, it's the same Pete. Pete's over on YouTube.
What's he
these
doing
days.
over there? I mean, looking at some of these competitors, yeah, I think, you can, we're not big on talking about things being sandboxed, but I think in recent times it is like it's a fine word to use in relevance to it is going to take time, more often than not, for you to start resonating in the SERPs. And in actuality, I think like you really do look pretty good compared to, at least on from an off-page standpoint, compared to some of your competitors. So yeah, I would say stick to what you're doing, tighten things up with the on-page a bit more, just based on the things we said, and keep doing what you're doing as far as backlinking goes. I think you're off to a good start.
Yeah, make sure you're doing all the local SEO stuff too. Citations, directories, GMB, all that stuff. All right. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.